and welcome back on the Blade Break channel. Today we will be playing the Islander deck, and yeah, since it's Christmas we are going ice. Not much change in the deck when it comes to the previous versions, so if you do want to check the deck itself, it will be posted in the description below the video, of course. And for now, please do enjoy the games and see you in a sec for the first matchup. Cheers. So we will be starting with the Dorinthea matchup, and right now I guess we want to get the hypos and blizzards just to stop them from double swinging with the blade. Ice veins are of course good as well. Maybe let's go with one in here, and yeah, everything else will stay as is. Unfortunately, they will be starting the game, so that's a bummer. And for the AB, they've got one already with the blades, and I guess we can heavily overblock that. Exactly. And now the good idea is to maybe play the amulet and that. Since they have one AB, they will prevent one and pay not to discard. Maybe we can take another card out of their hand just to keep the tempo. Exactly, so give me another one. Okay, now let's just arsenal. So we will respond to that for sure. Let's see if they want to prevent one of it. Not really, so they really have something they need to pay for. I wonder if we should block this one or not, and I believe we should not. Let's see what happens now. Because we can block the second one. Okay, so they will be... no, this is just the trigger. Okay, so now we can overblock the second one and put that into the arsenal. Let's see. I guess they can pump by 4 tops, so this will be 7. So blocking with 2 cards is not good enough. But we can block with this one and those two and pay for it. I just don't want them to build the counters. They will do nothing in that case, but they effectively wasted the shoes right now. And we can now safely arsenal and pass. And yet again we will respond to that now with the whole 5 damage and not even think about blocking the first attack. I wonder if we should block the second one with these cards, because we can arsenal the ice bolt, go for 7 and arsenal the ice bolt to play with the stacked tunic. So let's take 3 and start the chase. Yeah. So we have a go again from that. And now not even gonna, I guess. With so many cards they can easily, if I just block with 2, they can easily buff it to 7. So I guess they get the counter. And we need to start racing. So let's go with the 7. Okay, I get the equipment. Arsenal this. Now we've got the blizzard, so this may change things. So we can play that with the amulet and tuning to moon. So we will be dealing another 6. And we can maybe play the blizzard if needed. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's use the tunic and use that. Give them the frostbite and deal 6. They've wasted that. And we will not do anything right now. Let's make them play that. But it does not have go again. No reason to waste blizzard right now. Especially that we can leave the polar blast. In that case, go for 7. And arsenal that cutie. Yeah, let's do that. We can switch that off with the sync. Let's deal 3. This is 5 dominate. And that's fine. Okay. Now I guess we want to deal 4 damage to them. To put them at 8. Okay, so they prevented 1. They are afraid of being at 8. Which is fine. Four is okay. Yeah, they will give that a go again. Let's block with that. Let's see how they react. We will react with the sink. Not sinking anything. The fact is that this is from Arsenal, so it does nothing. So that's fine. They just played 2 iron song responses into the no hand blocking chain, but that's fine. So now I guess we want to go again with that and then bull, and we can play without an arsenal. We have the shoes with the tunic, so any spells we draw will be enough to kill if they just like let any of this damage through, and if they do not, they will have no hand to play with. So this is 2 already, and then we will follow up with the 7. So they have to block with 1 additional card to the list, exactly, meaning anything we draw right now is enough, and this will be enough to kill them. So we just pop the boots, we just play this one into this one, and that's game. Yeah, GG. So yeah, let's go to the next one. Next up we have Fi matchup, and for the Fi we want to use Blizzards. No hypothermias because they have natural go against, but Blizzards can effectively stop their turns. We will get rid of non-blocking cards, include 2 of the Ice Veins, yellow, so that we can maintain the tempo plays and disrupt their turns. And that's basically it. We will of course go first, leave the main equipment as is, and the plan is not to set up any Frost Hexes or play Ice Eternals too much. We will be rather blocking with those. The idea is to present some attacks so that they will not want to block anything, so we can chip on their life total, stay within the range, go low both together, and maybe finish off with the Striders. We will not be playing Ice Vein in here, that would be a shame. So looking at the aspect of AB, they have none. This is really aggressive setup. So it would be good to play something in here that will deal damage. And that's why I guess we will be playing the Polar Blast, just to be able to deal that 2 damage in here. And we will be arsenaling the Cold Snap so we can play off in their turn. On our next turn we ideally want to play the Ice Vein. Yeah, we have 2. So we can block with 1 and play the other one. Or playing that now is a risk. I am not sure if it's worth taking. But we need to somehow keep up with the tempo, so maybe we will risk that. Worst case scenario, we will be arsenaling one of those and blocking with 2 cards. But let's start with playing that. They already pitched a red, so this may disrupt their turn a bit. So preferably we want to have a blue. If we do not find a blue card, yeah, that's a blue. So now we can block. We will be, of course, taking some damage this turn, but so will they. And on the next turn we play the Ice Vein Fused and Arsenal the Ice Bolt. So their next turn will be effectively much worse. Since they have two cards, I believe there should be something else. Not really, so the Frostbite really helped. That's kind of lucky for us. And already we have a greater life total than the opponent, which is where we want to be, especially with a hand like that. Yeah, so let's end the turn. And now let's present that. So we will be dealing 5 and taking card of the hand. If they play 0 AB, it means even if they play the Respites, it's still gonna hit. So that's great for us. Now we can kinda block and basically blizzard them and reply with the Fiendals, which is a safe plan. So let's do that and play the blizzard. No reason to play off Arsenal right now. This is kinda costly. We do not have stacked tunic, so we cannot use 1 blue to use that with the moon. On next turn we will be able to do so. So now they effectively have to pay 3 to do anything else in that turn. And they will not, which is great again, since now we can basically just attack them for another 7, further keeping increasing the difference in life totals if they do not block and want to play their turn, or taking some cards off the hand and weakening their next turn. I thought they will maybe use some equipment in here, but not really, so they are already going into 23. And now we can present 6 damage, meaning that we can bring them down to 17. And ideally Arsenal that one. So we will be playing that of the Insidious Chill to have the 6 block and Arsenal the channel, and we will be dealing 6 damage that turn. They have the shoes. We can fully block that, I guess, unless they play some... But we do not want to... We can use that one with a card. It's a shame that they are starting with that one, but I guess we can use 2 cards to block that. Or is it a time? We can preemptively block with the tunic. I mean, use the tick to pop the moon, tunic and 1 card in here. It's better to save the coronet because we will be playing the channel, so we can maintain that 1 more turn with the pick potentially. So maybe let's sacrifice the tunic since they are playing like that. Let's do that. That way we will still have free block. So let's bring them down to 17. And now let's go into the blocking mode. They can of course pop that, but they have to pay for that. We still have free block in hand. They had the blue, so we can expect at least 2 more attacks. Or 3 more attacks this turn. The 4 we will let hit. that's fine. If they want to pop the mask, that's okay. So this is the flame call, and they will be getting the Phoenix, I guess. So let's block that just to stay healthy. And we will be taking the Phoenix, potentially the Blade, maybe some Lava Burst with the mask. But that's still fine, we are kind of healthy right now. They are already at 17, and we have the channel to Arsenal to play with starting next turn. So this still keeps us in a good spot. We just couldn't go about it otherwise. I mean, there was a lineup where we just do not use the moon, use the gauntlet instead of tunic, leave that with the stack up resource. But this may come in handy as well, especially that we will be playing the channel next turn, so off blue we can use that with the gauntlet if we need to, and by preserving the peak we can possibly maintain that on the field. So we will be passing in here, and we have a nice hand, to be true. I'm not sure if I even want to play the channel, but maybe we have to cripple their turn, so we can play that and then play that to keep that on the field. So let's start by playing the channel. You can take it slow, potentially arsenal that, and just play that in our turn and play that off the striders if needed. So now everything become costly, and yeah, I will let that hit. No reason not to. Let's see what they can produce. That's a belittle. I guess we can block that to stay healthy. Since we have the free resource right now, it may not be the case in the future. Or we will be playing some ones from Arsenal with the moon, so maybe that's a good moment to use that resource and preserve 2 HP. Since we have the Fiendals, we could of course go maybe lower than them to get 1 life back from that and save that, but I don't believe it's worth it. So they have like 2 more attacks, tops. And then they will have to choose in blocking or letting that hit, and we will maintain the channel. Arsenal that, maybe block with 2 cards and play that in our turn, arsenal something else. That's fine, I guess. I guess they will be preserving the arsenal. The blade will not be, or they will have to pay for that. They could of course pop the lynx now and play like a lava burst or something. They can pitch that. Nah, it wouldn't make any sense. So If they want to play that, they still have to pay for it, so they will be left with no resources, meaning even if they pop the links, they have to pay for the burst. Okay, so they are playing person preserving the... That's fine. That's fine, we are still within the range, and we have the tempo now. We have the tempo play, so let's maintain the channel. Let's present 7 damage. They will use equipment right now, which is fine. If they want to preserve hand, we can play on instant with the Ice Vein to cripple their turn as well. Not sure if that will be the time to do that, but we will see what we can draw. So maybe not yet. We can just block and play the bull. Or we could block like that, play the Ice Vein on our turn, followed up with the moon, so this will be 7 damage, and maintain the channel, cripple the hand. And we can maintain the channel without, I mean, I can use the peak right now, and this gives me 2 options still. We can play just the bull, or we can play that and arsenal the hail, or play that and moon to keep that alive. So the Phoenix is in the arsenal. I guess I want to play the bull. Now I want to play the Ice Vein. That's a tough decision, I guess. If I block 3 right now, I can deal 7. They will use equipment 3, so 4 effectively. If I use that, that's certain damage, potential keep that, I can potentially keep that up. Let's not block right now, because we can still play all those with the moon and arsenal the bull if they are not able to present enough damage right now, and then we can play the bull on our turn from arsenal if needed, after their weak turn with the channel in place and all that. So I guess that's all okay. The links will be popped, I guess. Now they just want another 2 with the Phoenix. Now the bull will be 8. But yeah, so let's keep the plan. Let's do all that and arsenal the bull. So this way we will be getting 1 card out of their hand and keeping the channel. That's a 6. But they do not have the links. That's great. Now we only need to be aware of the hand, and we know that's the Phoenix, so nothing scary. So this will deal 5, getting them back to 7. We will deal additional 2, getting them back to 5, and potentially we can kill them off shoes if we draw into some spell with the moon. If not, we can just block with 2 or 3 cards, play the bull from arsenal of 1 card, take a lot of cards out of their hand because this will be dealing little damage, and yeah, maybe draw into something else that will be playable of Striders. They should lose a card. What's with that? I fused it, right? Man. They should drop 1 card. Yeah. And that's an Art of War, which is ideal. Okay. This would be a tough turn if they had the Art of War in hand. So we will be keeping the channel. And we can play the Scolding just from the Striders right now. Pop the Strider Scolding into the staff, and we will do it in response to that Art of War. Yeah, pop that. Play the Scolding and the moon. And that's just enough. They do not have the AB. And if they had the... This is the Phoenix, so they've chosen the mode to draw, so this cannot be Oasis Respite, and even if it is, they have to play it, and yeah, the Art of War does nothing. So that was an attack, and that was the Phoenix, but they had no AB to prevent that, so it was good that we drew the Scolding. It could have been something else as well, like Ice Bolt, or yeah, or even the Hail. They were at 5, so if we play the Hail with the moon, it would be still enough. Overall, GG. Let's go into the next one and see you guys in a sec. Our last game today will be against Dash, and for Dash we want to use Hypos because of the boost mechanic. We want to use Blizzards to maybe stop some of their turns as well. Let's get rid of non-blocking cards. Let's get rid of, maybe to include 2 Ice Veins, we need to take out 3 Brothers and maybe a Frost Hex, since that's not the game plan in here to play those. Yep, everything looks good. And for the equipment we will be using the standard one, no reason to change that. We can consider crown maybe, but yeah, in cases we will play the channel, we want to maintain that or be able to maintain that. So yeah, let's get ready and wish our opponent good luck, have fun, and start off the game. So the plan here is just to stop the, I mean, when we can with Hypos, we need to stop the boosts. In case we are able to maybe swing the tempo with Ice Veins, sometimes we can take some damage just to go with those. Channels are great as well. Unfortunately, the Dash players usually have a lot of blues to play with, and this is the all-in Talishar version, so we will see how it goes. When it comes to the AB, they have 3, so that's enough to stop the blue Ice Veins, unfortunately, and the moon fully if they need to. So the race may be difficult to go against. I believe since there is a tech law, we need to focus on blocking as long as the tech law is in play. And then maybe they are not messing at all. So yeah, they've boosted. I guess we can consider blocking with this and then react with those two. See what else they will be able to do that turn. Let's use this. If they fully commit the hand and be left without in the arsenal, thinking that this will deal damage and the next attack will be boosted. Then maybe we can, yeah, we can maybe bait them into committing fully. And they will deal less damage than they think with that. So they've paid, and that's fine. I can now do that. And I am thinking about taking that damage just because we can cripple their next turn a lot with the Ice Vein. And this attack will not be boosted by the courier. Okay, so this is the spark. So they wanted another item. This is troublesome. This is really troublesome that they were able to find the spark on their first turn. And unfortunately, this will give them the resources they need. And they drew, so they will end up with the arsenal. So this was just a perfect first turn. A perfect one for them. Hopefully we will draw into two blues, one of which will be ice. Okay. Blizzard. I prefer having Blizzard to be true. So let's pitch with that and fuse with that. Now we can deal 2 with that, but I'm guessing we will deal 4 and they will pay 2. Not to discard, mitigate 1 damage, still have resources from Teklo and 4 cards to play with, so that's a lot. But let's see what they decide to do. Yeah, exactly that. So now we want to arsenal this one. And let's see what they can present. The goal here is just to block and stay with 1 card, preferably the hail. So yeah, that's a zipper, and let's block 3 of it and use Blizzard. Or maybe not right now. Let's see what else they can do. Another zipper. Let's sync that and Blizzard that. Even if they have another attack or attack with Talishar, We can block with the free and arsenal that. The Teklo is slowly getting used, both of them. So we need to live through those turns. But if they want to attack, they will have to use both those cards. So yeah, they decided not to. We will not be getting any of those cards on the bottom because we want to use the pick. So we need those two blues, one as a arsenal, the second one as a... So let's activate that to take one card. Do not let them play out of 5 cards with those Teklos. Okay, they can always pitch that, but exactly. Blizzard yet again, but I'm not sure how we will use that, since I want to... What do I want to arsenal? I guess that. So we need to block 6. That's an 8. Let's block 6 and use the Blizzard again. And I am doing that because those are the better turns that they will have. So this will block the next attack if it comes to us. And we are not using this right now. Next turn preferably they will not have any of those Teklos, Pounders or the cores, unless the arsenal is that, and they will play it right now. Exactly. So they will have the core, but we can use the pick yet again. At least those attacks will not be buffed right now. And we kinda stayed healthy through those, through the first Teklo Pounder. Now they will have 3 cards to play with. Of course, the resources from that will help them achieve the 2 attacks in the turn. But in that case we can always play the hail, deal 5 damage of our own, unless they want to use some resources to prevent that, but we will see. This is good one to have. So this must be blocked fully. And to do that we would have to use those 2, I guess. Maybe those 2. Let the other attack in and just reply with 7. For starters, let's use the thing. And we will not be sinking any of that. We can always block with the Ice Bolt and play the 7 out of the amulet. So yeah, we will block right here. And I will finish with the Talishar. I am considering blocking with the gauntlets, but I guess we don't need to right now. Yeah, so that's 7. So we will be close when it comes to HP. Next turn we potentially will have to use some equipment for the blocks, since they will be playing off Teklo and 4 cards, but not really. Still 3 cards to play with. Okay. We have the bull now, so it's good to play that somehow. And Hypo must go into the arsenal on the next turn, so that's the new card. And that's on the very turn we wanted to use the equipment for the blocks. Let's see if they prevent any of that. Not really. So definitely we are not using the equipment, that chain. It would be ideal to respond with that. So let's see. Because maybe next turn we can keep them off with the hypo. So they will have the void turn. And yeah. That way maybe we can get close enough yet again when it comes to the HP. We just need to stay in the range and just pop Striders at the right time to win this game. Now potentially 1 attack and Talishar, meaning 8 additional damage, which is huge. Or maybe just the Talishar and Arsenal. We will see how they go about. Okay, so they are popping the equipments. They have 1 core left and 2 pounders, unless they play 2 pounders then 1. So that's bad, since they will be drawing after that as well. And that's a core. This is kinda okay, since we will be stopping the go again. And the first attack will not be buffed. So let's go for 8. they will, I guess, let that through. So we will equalize in life. And then we will be stopping their next turn. So one of the counters will be kind of wasted. And let's see what we can draw. This is the first hypothermia, I guess. So there is a chance we will draw into the second one, maybe, or into something like Ice Vein yet again to cripple their hand, maybe channels. We will see. Okay, so they are blocking 5 out of it. Let's arsenal that. So we have that and that. But what do we want to arsenal out of that hand? Because I'm guessing we can just forget about blocking. And that's a 0 to 60 for 2. So let's play that out and stop that turn with 2 damage. And then we will reply with the Ice Vein and the Moon and arsenal that. So let's take the 2. No reason to do that, they will just prevent that, so let's do that and maybe do that. Cancel that. Let's do that. So they can prevent 3, meaning they will prevent 1 and pay the 2 not to discard. Then we will hit them with additional 2, which will be like 5, and they will be playing of 4 cards. Exactly. This one they will take, and we will just arsenal. This needs to go into the arsenal. This needs to be played, meaning we have 5 block this turn, maybe 7, maybe 9. We can fully block that just with the equipment. And I'm doing that because maybe we can play the channel and this. Let's pay 1. Depends on how much damage they can produce. I can block it with this one, doesn't matter. We just need to show them everything except the hypo. So since we are showing the 3 cards, let's show them those 3. And this is like an 8 swing, So if they do like 3 more damage to us this turn, we will still be in the range. Then we can stop a turn with that one yet again. And they have no items. Finally. Okay, so this is the Talishar swing. And that's fine, we will block that with the blast. Yep, and we have an 8 swing, meaning if they do not block, we are still in the same place, giving us a chance to win this thing. And since they have no items now, I guess they will not be so keen on blocking, which with the hypo is good one, because this is wasted resources then on their side. And if we now after the hypo start, I mean, if after the hypo we have a turn where they have to start blocking AB, this will mean a tempo swing, but yeah, they are blocking with 3, meaning they expect this to be hypo. Okay, that's fine, I guess. So arsenal that. We have 2 of those. And that's a T-bone. We can go 5 go again, 5 draw. Which is nice. And just take the 3 in here. So we will be presenting 10 damage. They do not want to go to 7, I guess. So let's go with go again. And this one will draw us a card. So we have an arsenal. So they will let the 2 in. And let's go with this one, drawing us a card. Amulet is nice. We can play that for free, I guess. With the Ice Vein of Striders, it can produce a lot of disruption. So yeah. Nah, they decided they do not want to block, I guess. Meaning that Throttle will be attacking us. That is fine. They are taking a bet that we do not draw an ice and a blue ice. Okay, so this has to be a 0 attack for us to be in bad shape. And what do we want to arsenal is the Ice Bolt, I guess. We can let that through. or block the free. Now it's good to deal some damage right now. So we can deal 2, put them to 11, then go ahead with the free. They will have to prevent that, then take a card out of their hand. Maybe that's better than blocking. Let's take the 6, go to 5. Let's see if they can attack with something else. Yeah, that's a T-bone. So now we can make them go to 3, to 10. And then they will have to play out of 2 cards. So that's good. I guess that's okay. We will be blocking with the shoes, of course. And let's play them on. So that's secured 3 damage. And now let's play that. And they will have to prevent with a blue. Then they will have to give us a card and maintain 2 cards. We can then ice bolt them, moon them, that's a 6. So we have to draw the Scolding if we want to kill them. And they have to have 0 resources, not to block any of the AB, which is, I guess, not possible. But let's see what they do in here. They will definitely be playing of 2 cards. If they have like a 0 attack into a blue, they can potentially do 8 damage, so we will have to block with the tunic as well. Okay, so now definitely we are taking a card. So they do not have the resources and if they want to commit into attacking next turn, we will be able to pop off, hopefully. So now arsenal that, and we have the Ice Vein. And this should be just enough. We're dealing 4. They prevented 2. 2 went by. Let's deal additional 3 and additional 3. And that's just the game. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, exactly. So overall a good game. Kinda too close, and yeah, we were barely able to make it, and we were lucky to find those hypothermias and all those blizzards. Maybe the blizzards weren't so effective as I thought they would be because of the Teklo cores and so on, but those hypos are just winning cards most of those cases. So overall a good game. That was the last one for today, so wish you guys happy holidays and everything. Yeah, the best wishes for a new year, and see you in few days maybe. So cheers, have a good time, recharge batteries, and have a great New Year's Eve party. Bye bye.